Imagine going from being a projected top NFL draft pick to sitting in a room, waiting and waiting until your name is finally called not in the first round, not in the second, but way down in the fifth. For most, that would be a nightmare. But for Shedeur Sanders, that day, as painful as it was, is the one moment he says he'd live all over again. And the reason? It's not about football, it's about family. Today we're diving deep into the powerful emotional story behind one of the most talked about rookies in the NFL, Shedeur Sanders, and why his draft day heartbreak is something he actually treasures. Grab a seat and get ready for a story that goes far beyond touchdowns and tackles. This one hits right at the heart. In just a matter of months, Shedeur Sanders has experienced the kind of dramatic twist few athletes ever face. After a breakout college season with the Colorado Buffaloes, experts were buzzing. The hype was real. He was expected to be picked early in the 2025 NFL Draft. But when draft day finally arrived, that dream took an unexpected turn. Pick after pick, round after round, teams passed him over. And when his name was finally called, Meyer, not in the first round, not even the third, but the fifth by the Cleveland Browns, it was a gut punch. For a young quarterback with such potential, the fall was not just unexpected, it was humbling. But here's the plot twist. Shedeur Sanders doesn't look at that day with bitterness. In fact, he sees it as one of the most powerful, meaningful moments of his life. And the reason is simple. It reminded him of what matters most, his family. On his podcast, Too Legendary, Shedeur opened up in a way that stunned a lot of people. When asked what day he'd relive, he didn't choose a winning game, a big celebration, or even a college highlight. He chose the draft, the very day that nearly broke him. I would live draft day, he said, because it's a prime example of why family matters. And when you hear him say that, it hits different, because this wasn't just about a career setback. This was about who stood beside him in that moment. About being surrounded by people who believed in him. No matter what the analysts said, it was about resilience and roots. Now let's talk about the noise surrounding him, the criticisms, the doubters, and the endless comparisons. Leading up to the draft, Shedeur faced intense scrutiny. Analysts not only questioned his performance, but they also targeted his character. Some even speculated that his father, NFL legend and Hall of Famer Deion Sanders, may have been a reason teams stayed away. But Shedeur, he's not running from the shadow of Coach Prime, he's embracing it. Most of the hate directed at me is actually toward Pops, he said in an interview with Cleveland.com. I'm just his son, it's mostly from the older generation. Because when I meet people face to face, there's no negativity. Nothing like what people say online. That kind of awareness and emotional maturity is rare, especially in someone his age, and it didn't stop there. At the NFL Scouting Combine, Shedeur dropped a gem that every young athlete should hear. He said, it depends on your mindset. Early in life, it can feel like pressure. But as you grow, you understand, it's a privilege. Having someone who's already lived through what you're about to face, that's a gift. Now in Cleveland, Shedeur finds himself in a new battle. The quarterback room is crowded. He's competing with Dillon Gabriel, Joe Flacco, and Kenny Pickett. Each one brings experience and a different kind of challenge. But Shedeur isn't worried about the depth chart. He's focused on proving one thing, that he belongs. Yes, he's Deion's son, but that's not what defines him. What defines him is how he shows up every day, how he handles setbacks, and how he channels pain into power. The NFL Draft may not have gone the way Shedeur Sanders had imagined. But sometimes life writes a better story than we ever could. A story not just about talent, but about heart, about finding strength in disappointment, and about remembering that even when the world doubts you, your family is your foundation. Shedeur's journey is just beginning. But if there's one thing he's already proven, it's this: greatness isn't just about where you start. It's about how you rise when the lights dim and the cheers fade. So next time life doesn't go according to plan, remember Shedeur Sanders, remember the fifth round, remember the pain, and remember the power of showing up anyway, with your head high and your family by your side. If this story inspired you, hit that like button and subscribe for more powerful stories from the world of sports. And hey, drop a comment below. What would you do if your biggest setback became your most cherished memory? Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay strong, stay grounded, and never forget where you came from.